Afternoon, folks, evening, morning, depending on where you are in the world. Me and Rachel have gotten back down to the Rush family range to try to catch up on some way behind schedule shooting, but we've been dealing with a lot of issues, folks, as you know, and we got a beautiful Sunday afternoon, so Rachel and I come down here trying to get caught up. Today we're going to be talking about some 20 gauge heavy hitters. What I mean by that, we're talking about 20 gauge that we've got full-grown 31 cal single alt 30 caliber #1, some 29 caliber BAM buckshot from Ballistic Products that is new to them, real heavy stuff, ballistic antimony magnum 6%, really hard stuff, but we're going to find out how it performs out of a 20 gauge, and these are rounds that'll take deer and hogs every day. Y'all stand by. Alrighty, folks, we're starting with the 2 3/4 inch. This is a once fired Winchester with a Shadite primer reinstalled. We have 17 grains of long shot, an obturator 20 gas seal with a 1/4 inch 20 gauge fiber wide. We have 15 pellets of the 29 caliber BAM buckshot in here, stacked by threes. They stack really nicely by threes in these rounds right here, covered in Ballistic Products original buffer and a Mylar wrap. All right, that is shot number 1, and Rachel and I are at 40 yards today, folks, 40 yards. Okay, folks, today, 2 hunting firearms. I got the Stoeger M3020, which is just a clone copy of the M3000 Stoeger. It is a full-grown hunter's gun, 28-inch barrel, kicks, butt kicker full choke, and the True Glow gobble stopper adjustable sights here on the Stoeger. Also, we're going to shoot the 1187 Remington 1187 Youth, 20-inch barrel, kicks, butt kicker, full choke installed. Like I said, this is a youth model. We're going to let Rachel shoot this. It's got a real short stock and all that on it, and it ought to fit her just fine, but we're going to let her put a few rounds through this so you can see how this performs. If a lot of y'all got young'uns, young ladies that and there's a lot of gentlemen that have contacted me and said, Wade, you know what, getting tired of shooting the big heavy 12 gauge. If we can shoot a 20 gauge and get really good performance on big game animals, then I'd just shoot a 20 gauge. But we're going to try to put that to rest today and see how this bigger pellets perform out of these 20 gauges. All right, like I said, first shot is a 15 pellet 29 caliber BAM buckshot from Ballistic Products. It is a 2 3/4 inch. All righty, like I said, we're at 40 yards today. Here we go. .1145, great velocity for buckshot rounds. It's the first time I've shot that with the BAM buckshot in the 20 gauge. But that's 29 caliber buckshot, and the BAM buckshot isn't really perfectly round. It's kind of rough. I'll show you some close-up overlays that I have here, what the number 4 and the number 29 caliber look like. And Rachel said we got what, 10?
10.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 right here in the center. But like I said, this is the first time I've been shooting this, and we'll find out what it likes best. But anyway, not a bad start. Let's move on. Okay, folks, shot number 2 is also a once fired Winchester 2 3/4 inch. We have a Shadite primer, 21 grains of blue dye, obturator gas seal 1/4 inch, 20 gauge fiber wide, and we have 12 pellets of full grown 30 caliber #1s in here with Ballistic Products original buffer and a Mylar wrap.
You gonna shoot with your glasses on?
I don't know what it is with those 2 3/4 inch, and that thing that's 20 gauge is nasty. It is nasty. I need to clean it and oil it. All right, ready? $12.37. Now that is a respectable pattern out of a 20 gauge, full grown 30 cal.
Oh, I see.
Right there. That's just my hard cast polish. 30 cal. No treatment other than just polished 30 caliber. We got how many on here, Rachel, honey?
10.
10 out of 12. But this is what I'm looking at right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at 40 yards. Got 8 full grown 30 cal. That's 13 inches.
There's 11.
Huh? It's 13 inches by 13 inches. 13 inches. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full-grown 30 caliber pellets moving at 12.37. That'd get it done right there. We hadn't even tried any extended range rounds. These are all conventionally loaded, like you get at the store, if you could find them. All right, let's shoot the next one. All right, shot number 3. We've got a once fired Federal Field. You guys all recognize this. My God, there's tons of those. There used to be tons of these things out there. We got a Winchester Western. We got a Winchester primer here installed. We've got 18 grains of long shot, a red 20 gauge gas seal, thin gas seal from Ballistic Products, a 1/4 inch fiber wad, and 15 pellets of BAM 29 caliber, stacked by 3s in here with covered in Ballistic Products original buffers. Alrighty then. $11.56. Now that one has some pop, boys. Well, once again, it looked like the BAM buckshot scattered just a little bit in the stoker. But let me see how many we got on paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I had 15 pellets in that round. But like I said, the BAM buckshot is really hard, but it's not perfectly round. And it does make a difference. It really does. Alrighty, we might be gonna, I'll let Rachel shoot a couple of rounds. We'll put a couple of 3-inch rounds through the little 20-inch barreled 1187. Y'all stand by. Alright, brand new 3-inch primed shadite from Ballistic Products. We've got 17.5 of long shot in here under an obturator 20 gas seal, a 1/4 inch 20 gauge fiber wad, and we've got 18 pellets of 29 caliber BAM buckshot stacked in here conventionally with a Mylar wrap and Ballistic Products original buffer. We're going to shoot this one out of the 1187 Youth with a 20-inch barrel here at 40 yards. We're going to let Rachel shoot this one. Y'all stand by.
Is this the shot?
Yes.
Okay.
You just cover the bowl with the bead. Very nice.
Sir?
Felt good. I said very nice, felt good. Kicked the hull out. All looks good.
1062.
Huh?
1062.
1062. Wow, I see. It's kind of spread out all the way across the paper, but that's 18 pellets, a 29 caliber BAM buckshot.
I got 2 in the middle though.
Yeah, mate. What's what I'm saying is, even if the aim wasn't too good, you'd have hit him. That's a fact. You'd have got buckshot in him. Wow. Well, what we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 in the bull. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Nick the bottom. All 18 are on this big piece of paper at 40 yards. And that's with the little youth model with a 20-inch barrel. Would I let a young'un shoot that at deer? Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, that would be tough to miss one with that pattern right there. 40 yards and inside. All right, let's see what else we got in the bag. Alrighty, folks. Rachel, the next shot Rachel's going to shoot out of the 1187 is same brand new primed shitite hull from Ballistic Products, 21 grains of blue dot, obturator 20 gas seal, 1/4 inch 20 gauge fiber wad, 29 caliber BAM on buckshot. I call it number 1s, but Ballistic Products calls it number 2.5. And once again, we've got 18 pellets of that stuff stacked in here by 3s, covered in Ballistic Products original with a Mylar wrap, beautiful roll crimp. See, right, number 1's on the end of it. That's the identical same load, boys, only this one has the blue dot powder in it. So, a lot of folks are starting to find it again. I know I found some. Sounded dang good.
1063.
Yep, about what I'd expect. Well, boys, all of y'all have already seen before I walked down here to see it, that the blue dot really tightened that load up. It really tightened it up. So got one flyer right here, but look at this mass, a 29 cal BAM buckshot right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right here, 14, 29 cal. 40 yards, 22 inches. 22 inches across, and you take out that flyer, 10 inches high. Right over the bull here at 40 yards with a 20 gauge. And number 1 size buckshot. Now remember, Ballistic Products calls that 29 cal 2.5. I call it number 1 because it's so close to 30 caliber. But anyway, that's what they call it if you want to go buy a 22 pound sack or whatever it is that they got there. Well, hold on, folks, before we get to the 31 cal. I had loaded y'all a special round for those of you that had Herco powder, and also may have had the nickel plated, still had some of the nickel plated shot from Ballistic Products on hand. I got a once fired Fiocchi 3-inch here. Went back with a Fiocchi 616 primer. You could the shadite will also work equally well. We've got 18 grains of Herco powder. That's right, 18 grains of Herco. And we got 14 pellets of nickel plated number 1s from Ballistic Products. These are a full 30 cal, actually they're like 30.5. It's what they measure out for me. We've got an obturator 20 gas seal, a 1/4 inch fiber wad, and it's all covered in Ballistic Products original conventional crimp. We're gonna shoot this out of the Stoker with a 28-inch barrel. Alrighty, folks, I almost forgot to shoot the Herco powder round for y'all. Alrighty. 1046. Okay. Folks, I had no idea what to expect. I haven't loaded the any nickel plated or plated shot in the 20 gauge. I just did this for you guys that may have some, and then you stumble onto this. I knew that it did well out of the 12 gauge. I just never shot it in the 20 because most of the time you're talking number 3 and number 4 buck whenever you're loading 20 gauge, or number 2 buck, 2, 3, 4. That's usually what you put in a 20 gauge buckshot round. Well, not only is this a full-grown 30 cal, it's actually Ballistic Products nickel-plated shot measures out to like a 30.5 size. So it's actually between a number 1 and a single alt. But with the Herco powder, with that combination I just showed you, and my Stoker M3020 with the buck kicker choke here at 40 yards, look at this pattern. Over 1,000 foot per second. And even aside from what you call just a couple of little flyers right here, we've probably got all 14 here, and I hadn't even counted yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that I can cover with my hand right there. Yeah, boys, that'd be one to take notes on and remember that one. That it'll work equally well in the Shadite new primed, or Fiocchi new primed, whatever you can get your hands on. That was a Fiocchi once fired with, and I went back with a Fiocchi 616. But we'll talk more about that at the bench and all that stuff. That's a keeper, and with Herco powder too. How about that? That's awesome.
I felt like if you wanted to add it on. Okay.
14 inches. 14 inches across. Even with the 2 flyers, 15 inches. Basically just about 14 by 15 at 40 yards with that 14 pellet full grown number 1s. Well, folks, put the brakes on one more time. I found that I had loaded another one. I had enough buckshot left of the nickel plated number 1s to load a second using blue dot powder. We got a once fired Fiocchi 3-inch. I went back with a Fiocchi 616. Shadite will work just fine. Rio would work just fine. We've got 20 and a half of blue dot under an obturator 20 gas seal, 1/4 inch, fiber cushion, 20 gauge wad, 14 pellets in here stacked by 2s now. Important, stacked by 2s because they're 30 and a half caliber. This, if, when and ever Ballistic Products ever has the nickel plated or copper plated shot in. But anyway, I loaded up 2 rounds here. We already seen what it did with the Herco out of the Stoker. We're going to see what this one does with the blue dot out of the little 20-inch barrel 1187 Youth. Rachel's going to shoot that one for you. Then we will finally get to the single alt. Y'all stand by. Just bump it shut. Push it. There you go. It was it didn't go up the ramp like it should have. Dang, I heard that buckshot popping way back yonder.
999.
99, right at 1,000 foot per second. Okay. Now, it didn't wad them in here like that Stoker did, but look at that uniform pattern with 30 and a half caliber nickel plated pellets. Once again, if somebody's even in error, they're going to be put 30 cal pellets in that animal. Now, like I said, that's just a 20-inch barrel. What we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 or 14, unless I miscounted something or missed any double hits. I don't see any. But I wanted to see. Now that's low end powder charge, boys. 20 and a half. That's 1.2. ounces, 1.25 ounces, 1¼ ounces of lead payload weight with 14 pellets of number ones. So with 20.5 of blue dye, you would be safe with a non-magnum primer. You would be safe to go. I've shot up to 22.5 with this load with the same weight. Now, what I'm saying is I haven't shot a lot of nickel-plated number ones out of these 20 gauge buckshot rounds. Just number 2, number 3, number 4 buck is what I load mostly. I have tested the bigger pellets and they work great, and I have loaded those for some young hunters. But like I said, never did load the ballistic products nickel-plated or copper-plated in the 20 gauge rounds. We already knew they were great performers in the 12 gauge. We just never loaded them in the 20 gauge. I did this for y'all to test these different powders and stuff like that and show you what is within the range of my research that I've done with lead payload weight is all we're going by here. Shot size is irrelevant. I preach that all the time. All right, you think maybe now we'll get to the 31 caliber sing-along? Well, fellas, if we do, you'll know it here in just a minute. Stand by. Okay, fellas, we are getting to it. A once fired Winchester 3-inch 20 gauge. Hull went back with a Shadite primer, 22 grains of blue dye, under an Obturator 20 gas seal, 1/4 inch, 20 gauge fiber cushion wide. We did Mylar wrap these. We've got 12 pellets stacked in here by 2s of my hard cast 31 cal powder coated, which would be the same as your nickel plated or copper plated. Should perform the same. All right. And we're going to shoot it out of the stoker. Done a lot of work on it. Stripped it down. Didn't really oil it back too much. Done a lot of work on it. Brand new sights. This back end was kicking up on me. I'm gonna have to snug them back down again. All right, here we go. We got an error on that one, but that one's going to be just like the other ones, probably around 1,000 to 1,100 foot per second. Well, that's the first error we've gotten today. It's been doing pretty good. That would compete with your 12 gauge there, boys. If the number 1 load, I could get the same performance out of my powder coated number 1s as well. This is my powder coated hard cast 31 caliber, full grown 31 cal right here. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Same thing I am. 1,100 foot per second. There's no difference in this and a 2 3/4 inch Magnum load. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All 12 of them are here. And we got that's 15 inches. Even with the flyer, the pattern's only 14 inches tall all the way across the kill zone. If there was a big game animal right here, furthest pellet to furthest pellet is 26 inches, 40 yards. But what we're really looking at right here in the center of the paper is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that group right there. That's your meat in the freezer right there. I think I got one, maybe 2 more 31 cal, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, folks. Probably the last 3 inch. I've got a 31 cal and a 2 3/4 inch mag that we'll shoot for the last shot. Here we've got a once fired Winchester 3-inch 20 gauge hull, Shadite primer, reinstalled. We've got 17, a long shot. Long shot powder allows us to get 2 extra pellets in here. We got 14 pellets of 31 cal. Weighs 1.4 ounces of total lead payload weight. We've got over that 17 grains of long shot powder, we've got an Obturator 20 gas seal, 1/4 inch fiber wide. We did Mylar wrap these pellets right here. These are 14 of my 31 cal hard cast powder coated right here. Beautiful conventional crimp. Alrighty, Let's shoot this one out to Stoger at 40 yards. See, I gotta clean this thing. Folks, we getting this kind of performance even out of a dang dirty gun. I say dirty gun, a dry gun. It needs to be lubed. 14 pellets of full-grown 31 cal single alt. Here we go. .1084. You can shoot those all day, fellas. Yeah, my rear sight had moved on me, and I'm sure that's why I shot low on that one. That's why we wanted to make sure we were close enough where y'all could see the pattern. Long shot tends to scatter a little bit more. Velocities are good. Uniform patterns are great. I mean, this is full-grown 31 cal. A lot of ammo companies will put 31 caliber in a round and call it double alt, right, Hornady? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We got all 14. We got all 14 here. And look at how uniform that pattern is. If you just move that whole pattern up here to the center of the paper, we'd be real impressed. Still impressed. Because that's me. That rear sight has moved on me. It wasn't tight enough. I just put those new sights on my 20 gauge. So anyway, we're going to get Rachel to shoot. I got a 2 3/4 inch mag, a 12 pellet, 31 cal, and we're going to wrap it up with that one. Y'all stand by. Okay, folks, last shot, I'm going to get my beautiful daughter Rachel to shoot it for y'all. It is a once fired Rio 2 3/4 inch game round. We went back with a Rio primer. We've got 18 grains of long shot under an Obturator 20 gas seal, 1/4 inch, 20 gauge fiber wad, and we've got 12 pellets of 31 cal powder coated hard cast stacked by twos with a conventional crimp and Ballistic Products original buffer. All right, we're rolling, darling. All right. That's a full-grown 20 gauge there. Very good. What we got on the velocity?
775.
That's wrong. It didn't. That should have been around 1,000 or just over. Seems to be a typical long shot pattern today, don't it, boys? The Herco and the Blue Dot have been the tightest patterns out of the 20 gauge today. All worked well. And like I said, that velocity was wrong. Those that 2 3/4 inch with 18 of long shot with a 1.1, 1.15 ounce lead payload weight are usually moving about 1,100 foot per second, 1,000 to 1,100 foot per second. But that is a great pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 or 12 I get, unless we got any double hits I missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I get 11 or 12. Alrighty. And that's a 2 3/4 inch with 31 caliber. Buckshot in it. Great youth round, great young lady round, and great old fart round too. So, alrighty boys, I hope y'all enjoyed it.